Hey everybody, welcome back to Thistle Hill Farmstead. I wanted to do a quick little video on this BabaLife scrubber that I did an unboxing on the other day. I'm going to use it for just what I said, to try to get some of the stains off of our ceiling here on the porch. So I thought I would bring you along and we're going to find out how it works together. We're looking at the ceiling of our wraparound porch on the front of our house. And if you remember, or if you watched the unboxing of this BabaLife Spin Scrubber, and if you didn't, I'll put a link to that video in the description below. Check it out. But I bought it to try to get rid of these little white spots that are all over our ceiling on our wraparound porch, and I believe these are some type of bug eggs of some sort. I don't know what they are. I've tried to Google it and look them up. I can't. The closest I found is like maybe a moth egg or something. But because we have a brown ceiling, they stick out or stand out like a sore thumb, and it drives me crazy. Maybe other people wouldn't think much of it, and we're in the country here and they're like, what's the big deal? But it just drives me crazy. It looks bad. So I bought this little spin scrubber thing to see if I could get these off, because in the past years that I've done this, and I have done this once a year for the past couple of years, I've used a magic eraser at one time, and I used a Scotch-Brite pad at one time. I'm looking for something that's that's firm enough to get the eggs off, but is not going to damage the wood finish. This is just stained wood. And believe it or not, these things are pretty hard to get off. I thought at first I could just take a rag and wipe them off, or just spray them off with something. They're stuck on pretty good. So let's try the spin scrubber thing out and see how it works. I'm also spraying just a little bit of water on these things to try to loosen them up a little bit. Now I have just the brush tip on here, but it did come with like a Scotch-Brite pad tip, but I thought I'd try the brush first. Well, that seems to work pretty good. I'm noticing when it's drying, there's still some little remnants on there, but I don't know if there's much we can do about that. Let me show you what I mean. Like over here, I've already done some, and you can see once it starts drying, they look like they're still there. And see, here's some more that look like they're gone, but then when they dry out, you can still see the casings or where it was. But let's try a couple more. Well, like I said, it looks pretty good when you first do it. Then as it starts drying, they start showing up a little bit, but that's not bad. I can live with that. So let's keep going. I am seeing a difference in the egg casings, what they look like before they hatch and then after they hatch out. Let me see if I can get a close-up of one so you can see what it looks like. Okay, so there's one before they hatch. So you can see they're just little tiny round eggs. And there you go, that's another one. And another grouping. But then after they hatch out, it's kind of just a dried up, well, those are still there. But after they hatch out, it's just kind of like a dry section where they were. So I'm not quite sure what those are. Moth eggs? Don't know. Well, that's it. I can't say that I'm real happy with how it turned out. It's not a fault of the other little scrubber. It is working well to speed. It's just the fact that the egg cases are staining or stuck, or I don't know what you would call it. Let me see if I can show you again. So I changed the head on this thing to this little Scotch-Brite pad now. That comes with it too. They just like stick on here like this. I'm gonna see what this does. I don't want to go too aggressive because I don't want to damage the finish. What are you doing, baby? What are you doing? Well, I think we have a winner with this little pad. However, you got to be really careful because it does, since it is more aggressive, you can see that it's starting to make a little spot on the ceiling where I scrubbed it. But yeah, it's a little more abrasive, and it does get the remnants of that stuff off. So I'm going to keep going. But anyway, the little BabaLife scrubber is working well for what it does. And but anyway, thanks for watching, and if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do so. It helps me out a lot. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. That really helps out also. And once again, as always, thanks for joining us here on Thistle Hill Farmstead.